Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. This is the Guitar Viking Al. With a fiery passion for their craft and tenacious attention to detail, Japanese artisans have made a name for themselves across the globe. The quality and longevity of their work truly speaks for itself. Much like the Japanese swordsmith and the katana they produced many generations ago. The owner of Case Guitar Works, Ijuin, is no different. He has dedicated himself to bring musicians the best quality, hand-built instruments that are intended to last for generations to come, much like a finely crafted katana. Case Guitar Works started their journey building incredible high-end replicas of the famous Red Special that belongs to Brian May of Queen. In fact, they are one of the few luthiers officially approved by Brian May to produce a true to original spec replica. Today, we'll take some time to learn about Case Guitar Works, their mission, and even explore one of their newest guitars that incorporates some new building techniques inspired by the legendary Red Special. This guitar will be unveiled at the upcoming NAMM show. So we're so fortunate and grateful to Case Guitar Works for letting us check it out firsthand before its official global release. I've invited a fellow guitar analyst and a friend, Jeremy, for an additional perspective on these topics. Alright, so let's go. Hey Jeremy, Happy New Year. How are you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good, Al. Man, 2022 is here. What do you think?
2022. Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be really interesting. So today, I would like to show you this special guitar. Check this out. This is a guitar made by Case Guitar Works. It's a Japanese guitar company. They're really well known in making Queen's guitarist Brian May's Red Special replicas. And this guitar is their totally new model that they are gonna reveal in 2022 NAMM show in June. So today I'd like to talk about this guitar. I've sent you some information about it, so let's talk about it. What do you think about it, by the way? I think it's your first time.
I think it's awesome.
First time to have a look, right?
It's a very modern and forward-thinking take on a classic design. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Especially excited that it's coming from Case Guitar because I mean, they've been around for 20 years now. I think they started in 2001. So the luthiers there have a lot of experience already in handcrafted instruments. So they make top quality, high spec instruments right in a small shop in Japan. So
you knew about Case Guitar Works?
Yeah, actually, Case Guitar Works, because of his relationship with Brian May.
Yeah.
Brian May, the guitarist of Queen. Of course, we always see that iconic Red Special that Brian May built with his dad.
Yeah.
Way back when. And it turns out that the head luthier and owner of Case Guitar Works got connected with Brian May because he became such a huge fan of Queen's music and Brian May's guitar playing, and he just wanted to dedicate a good portion of his life to replicating and perfecting that Red Special guitar, and he actually got Brian May's blessing amazingly. So good for him. Yeah, and from what I can tell, there's just been nothing but positive response to his Red Special replicas, which are officially endorsed and approved by Brian May, in addition to a variety of other models that he's come out with that are kind of his own interpretation and his own spin on the Red Special. So I'm really excited to talk about this guitar today.
Oh, it sounds like you know. It sounds like you know really well about K's Guitar Works. I mean, you know more than me.
Oh, I'm excited to talk about it because of this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right, Jeremy. So I'm so excited to talk about K's Guitar Works new model, KZ ST Trad 22 SSH7.
Well, what I want to know first off is how in the world did you get your hands on it? It's not even released yet.
Well, they have released it in Japan, actually.
Okay.
So the worldwide release, I guess, announcement revealing it is going to be in June at the NAMM show.
Okay.
But they did already release this in Japan, so you can purchase it from some music shops in Japan.
Okay, so soon you'll be able to buy it overseas, like in the States or Europe or wherever?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Very cool.
But luckily I was connected with Ijuin-san, who's the owner of this K's Guitar Works, and he was happy to let me try out this new model. Right, look at that. So this guitar, and I've been playing it for a few days now, and it just feels so good. It sounds great and feels so great. Actually I'm making a promotion video with this guitar, so I'm really having a good time.
Awesome, man. Yeah, you're a lucky guy.
I am so lucky. So what do you think about the guitar, man?
Well, I mean, from a spec standpoint, it's exciting. I mean, first of all, something that jumped out at me straight away was that the body and the neck are made of Honduran mahogany, which is considered like the genuine mahogany in the musical instruments building world. So it's kind of it's like a big leaf mahogany, the type that would have been used for several generations to craft instruments going way back before they started using more replacement woods that are kind of like a stand-in for the genuine mahogany. Personally, just as a player myself, I really enjoy the tone of mahogany, and I just find it really interesting on like an S-type guitar to have a mahogany neck. That's something that personally, it's done before. I haven't personally encountered one, so that's a really neat feature.
That's true. It's more like Les Paul, right? With a mahogany neck and mahogany body, I guess. Yeah. But yeah,
I think
me too.
The signature of it would be really nice based on that mahogany.
We really like RBM guitars, and that's mahogany, and I think this mahogany wood just sounds like great for like hard rock, heavy metal stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with a good piece of mahogany.
So Jeremy, tell me about what's about the Honduran mahogany. Is that like something really special?
Yeah, it seems these days that Honduran mahogany is becoming a little bit more difficult and more expensive for luthiers and musical instrument companies in general. So it's not used as often. You won't really see it on, say, entry level or mid-range, levels, or even, intermediate grade instruments. You usually see them on like high-end, more hand-built or custom shop quality instruments. So that's something, I mean, straight away, whenever I read that it was Honduran, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the good stuff. That's what you want.
That's cool because they use Honduran mahogany for the body and the whole neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And again, I mean, that neck it's very surprising to me, and it's a very neat feature of that guitar, because normally if you see like an S-type guitar, it might have, say, like a maple neck on, if it was a mahogany body. So that, again, is just very unique. It's almost like combining like the idea of an S-type guitar and an LP style guitar, and putting it in one.
The really main thing about this guitar, even though it looks so traditional Strat kind of guitar, it is so original that none of the other guitar company can do. They have implemented the Red Specials concept and technology into this traditional Stratocaster type guitar, which is the neck joint.
Yeah, that's another big point.
Yeah. So there's only one bolt, which is really original. I don't think anybody have seen this before.
Yeah, it's like an easy access heel back there. In lieu of not having like a square plate or a panel or multiple screws where you have to support the neck joint with a bunch of, anchoring.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's kind of a radical concept, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So it's kind of like the idea of, say, an LP style guitar. People will talk about like the long tenon neck joint. And it's a much more desirable neck joint because it puts the neck further into the body wood and mounts it deeper, creating better resonance, better sustain, and just a stronger bond between the neck and the body. So I presume that the vibrations, would get transferred, a lot more strongly, a lot more vibrantly with a neck joint like this, being that it's not just mounted at the top of the body, it's mounted almost like midway through underneath the neck pickup. So I thought that was really cool, because that's something that's, it's almost like under the hood of a sports car. You don't know what's under the hood until you look, and that was something nice to see.
It's
a very interesting concept.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is they didn't do it a two-piece body. This is a three-piece body. They wanted to have like a center plate piece. This is the most important part on the guitar because it's connected. The neck joint is connected in the center with the bolt, so it had to be really stable.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the reason that it is a three-piece body.
Yeah. So they kind of did the center block is kind of the anchoring block for the tremolo studs and the neck joint, and then they just did two mahogany, Honduran mahogany wings on it. And I think that is that's a fair, concept, because I mean, otherwise, if you have two pieces of wood just glued together, if there's any shifting of those pieces of wood as they expand and contract over time,
exactly,
it could lead to tuning issues, instability with the neck, something like that. So I think that was a smart and logical choice to do a three-piece like that with that tone block, that stable tone block in the middle like that.
So see how it's resonating? Yeah, sounds great. Wow.
Yeah, I'm so interested to try one just to see how the body feels and how it kind of reverberates whenever you strum it. Just because of that neck joint, it probably feels like it's practically glued in.
Yeah, it just feels great. It resonates so well that I'm really surprised. To be honest. So we got this Goto locking tuner peg.
And those make for an easy, quick string change.
Yeah, and this is also Goto tremolo.
Yeah, Goto 510. those are also a very high quality tremolo made in Japan. I'm a huge fan of the
Goto, right? Yeah, you know
Floyd
everything
Rose,
about it.
so like, yeah. I mean, the folks who make, the Goto Floyd Rose also make this Goto 510 tremolo, so it's like a top-notch S-type tremolo. I believe, is that what a two-post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it doesn't go out of tune. Seriously, I've been playing it for a few days, and I don't need to tune it at all. That's great.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's talk about the pickups. Do you know anything about this pickup?
Yes. So actually, I'm a big fan of bare knuckles.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So they basically, those are like a pickup that's made that is it's like a high-end, high-quality pickup that you find into like a custom shop guitar. They're not your run-of-the-mill, like cheap mass production, pickup that they're just spinning out to throw in guitars. Those are super high-end quality pickup, and then those ones are the True Grit, from what I understand, the SSH set. And from what I can tell from sound clips and sound demos of this guitar, it's got a lot of bite. It does, grit is a very good word for it, because it's got a lot of bite, a lot of grit. And I think they fit the concept of that guitar very well.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get that like bluesy driven sound. You can get the sparkly cleans with the neck pickup, and then you can still get all that like bite and grit with the bridge pickup, the humbucker. And something neat to know about some of the higher end pickups, specifically these, that bridge pickup, you can actually coil tap that.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
it actually sounds, a lot like a single coil quality. Whereas sometimes, if you have an inexpensive humbucker that you're splitting, it just kind of sounds like a more, maybe like a muffled version of like a, or like I guess the humbucker with lesser volume to kind of simulate a single coil. But yeah, whenever you have a clear, articulate, nice, high quality pickup, and you tap it like that, they're actually very believable with the single coil tones. So as a player, I like having versatility, and whenever I see stuff like that, that guitar very quickly started checking a lot of boxes for me.
No. So if you want a single coil, you want to change this humbucker to single coil, you just gotta pull this tone volume up, then it becomes a single coil. So you can do kind of like a single, I guess, and single, just like a Stratocaster, right?
Yeah.
But if you need a power, it becomes a humbucker. So I think this guitar can handle all kinds of music. Yeah, easily. But to be honest, this is my first time to try out this bare knuckle pickups. I never had a chance to try it. It kind of have a really good mid-range tone, maybe because of the 100 mahogany too.
I'm sure that's helping you.
yeah, but it got really sweet and kind of middle range, fatty, tone that I really like.
It's perfect for cutting through a mix for anybody that's going to be recording and playing live. That's what you want.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's this video that K's Guitar Works had do the sound check of each pickup. So let's have a look at that and check out the tones.
All right.
All right, I'm playing it. Pickup bridge. I wish I could play like this. So good.
He's got some brutal swing. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You can really hear the gritty part though. That was a good name that they chose for that.
Yeah, so this is pickup bridge, humbucking plus middle. Sounds good with a clean tone too.
Oh yeah.
Neck pickup.
You can hear a lot of nuance in the notes. Very articulate pickups.
Yeah. This is neck plus middle pickup. Oh, beautiful tone.
Yeah, very musical playing too.
Wow.
Oh, that's the strand sound you want right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see, it's interesting. Although they're single coil pickups, they're still very fat sounding. They're not thin, and I love that. You have the twanginess, but they're very fat.
Yeah. Pickup, bridge, coil top. I like that tone. Oh yeah, that's so good. Oh wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. It sounds great. You know, I think you can use this guitar, for like blues kind of music, pop kind of music, rock, heavy metal, hard rock. It's kind of a guitar that is can do all kinds of style with it.
The spec that jumped out at me next was the scale length of it. So, your typical, S-type guitar is going to be like a 25.5-inch scale, for those of us who use, the inch scale. And an LP guitar would be, 24 3/4. So this guitar is smack in the middle. It's a 25-inch scale. So, to me as a player, I would appreciate that because it's going to make notes easier to bend. And it's going to make the scale length a tiny bit shorter from your typical, S-type guitar, making chording easier, fast runs easier. At least for someone like me, that's, whenever I'm looking at the scale length of an instrument, that's a big thing to me. And if I was to spec out an instrument, I typically like a slightly shorter scale like that. So,
yeah, me too, because my finger is not long, so it really helps out for me to I don't need to stretch my finger so much. It's really easy to play. I like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and with that on the neck too, I noticed I was looking at some of the close-ups, of those necks that K's Guitar Works is doing, and the fret treatment on it is phenomenal. It's
Oh yeah, the fret work is just amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean the front ends are just so meticulously worked. It's really phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was impressed at the attention to detail. And how they really, made sure that it was going to be a comfortable playing experience.
Yeah, like this part here.
You don't have to worry about getting hung up on the frets. They're rounded versus just kind of, shaved off. I mean, it's the little things like that mean so much to like the end user. The person who's going to be spending a lot of seat time with that guitar. So I thought that was really cool that they, took the time and the energy to do that.
Yeah, seems like they have used this. The fret is, I guess it's a medium jumbo fret, I think.
Yeah, they're using, I guess, Jescar fret wire.
It feels so good.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it definitely looks like a custom shop quality fret job on it. It was.
Yeah.
I was very, very impressed by that. As someone who is very particular about fretwork. I usually have guitars worked over. Even sometimes if you get a guitar from, say like a big name company, if it's not like a high-end custom shop model, it's sometimes they even need fretwork straight away from the factory to get it just right. If you don't want to have any buzzing or any, dead notes or, having a string pop over the end of a fret and getting hung up. I mean, having those frets really rounded like that, it mitigates and prevents a lot of those issues, that you might have otherwise. So, yeah, man, I'm really dying to try one.
This guitar is a high-end boutique shop kind of guitar, so it this feels fantastic. I've been playing it for a few days already, and this feels great, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
So let's talk about the fretboard. Seems like they use was this Indian rose. Yeah, the neck feels great. I'm so used to Ibanez necks, which is like really thin. This neck is not super thin. It's I think it just feels like you're holding a Stratocaster type kind of neck. It's thick enough.
I was wondering about that because it's supposed to be like a slim C profile. So I didn't know how slim it was. Like if it's more like a traditional S-type guitar, or if it's fatter, or whatever the case was.
Well, I think it's traditional like Stratocaster type kind of neck. Yeah, much thicker than of course Ibanez necks, but it really feels good. I kind of like the neck because I can kind of hold it like this, and the scale is totally perfect for me because I got short finger, very very fat finger.
I'm right there with you, man.
The cool thing I like about this guitar is this coin, as their symbol of this guitar.
That's something that I've been wondering about as well. So, as you may know, he took a lot of inspiration, as we were talking before, from Brian May and the Red Special.
Yeah.
And just an interesting tidbit of information is that Brian May has always used, a coin for his pick because he found that they're like readily available and the tone is consistent and it just doesn't wear down like a pick would, right? And he always knows it's going to be exactly the same. He can find one anywhere. So I'm wondering if, K's Guitar took inspiration from that coin and kind of, made their own logo out of it. And I think that's a really cool idea. It really pays homage to, Brian May and his style and everything. I think that's really cool. Whenever you can kind of, learn something and adapt, from someone who you kind of, look up to, like like your guitar heroes, right? I think that's awesome. And I'm wondering if that's where it came from.
Yes. I had the same question. I was wondering about the same thing. So I did ask Ijuin-san, who made this guitar, and he did answer back to me that he said that he got the inspiration from Brian May's guitar.
That's a really neat touch. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the design itself, it's what do you call this Japanese family symbol? We call it
kind of like the family crest, or
yeah, it is his family crest that he uses as a symbol. Yeah, it's really simple and really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's understated, but it really, once you start looking at it, it has a lot of character to it. It's a cool idea. I really like that.
Yeah, it feels like a really high-end craftsmanship guitar. I hope you have a chance to check this out at NAMM show in June in Anaheim. Would you be able to go?
Yeah, I sure hope so. I'm looking forward to it. My gosh, I'm excited to see that in particular, among all the other awesome things that are going to be there. So fingers crossed, everything works out.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, right. Thank you so much for having me. I love talking about this stuff. I get so excited talking about gear, guitars.
Yeah, man.
Especially something that's like handcrafted. I'm a huge guitar nerd, so this stuff just gets me excited.
Haha.
Yeah, and thank you to Kay's Guitar for letting you experience that guitar and letting us talk about it, because it's just really,
I know,
really exciting.
Actually, I was surprised because this is actually my first product review asked from a guitar company, and I'm so honored to play it, and it's great. I'm so excited that this guitar is going to be revealed in NAMM Show 2022, and I hope everybody who loves guitar should check this special Stratocaster type, Kay's Guitar Works guitar at NAMM Show.
All right, yeah, and so people can check out their guitars too. We should probably throw a link to his website in the description or something.
Yeah,
so you can,
yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All right, Jeremy. Thanks a lot for joining me today.
Oh.
And it's
always, thank you for having me. It's always fun to talk with you about this stuff.
It's always cool to talk to you about guitars, as we do it all the time. All right, Jeremy. I might just call you tomorrow.
Sounds good, brother.
All right. All right. Overdrive your life. Thanks, Jeremy. I'll see you in the next video.
See you, man.